Hello and welcome back to the Sam Beast YouTube channel. My name is David Foxen and today we're going to look at our first ITAM challenge in a new series that we're creating. Now this is where we create mock scenarios that are kind of loosely based on real life events within organisations, and we ask you, the ITAM community, what would you do in this situation? So our first challenge today revolves around Steve. Now, Steve is the marketing manager and he has requested an urgent piece of new software for the organisation. He says that existing software within your approved catalogue does not meet the requirements and he has a marketing campaign that needs to go live in 2 working days. He notices on the software website that he wants to buy that you can pay via credit card, and Steve has a company credit card. There's also the option of a free 30-day trial that he thinks might work, but he's unsure if this gives him all the features that he needs to be available. Finally, this software has never been used within the organisation, nor do ITAM have any knowledge of it. Just to recap then, this is a last-minute request for net new software to the organisation. It's not gone through any formal onboarding or security reviews, but Steve Manager has approved and provided the funds. You, as the ITAM professional, have a software onboarding and procurement process already in place, fully communicated to all stakeholders, and this works with IT security, change management, infrastructure, etc. On the other side of that, IT asset management does not want to delay any other team's progress, but we're also responsible for the software onboarding, procurement, and license management for all software within the organisation. So what would you do? There were 4 options that you can go with. It was buy on a credit card and worry about it later, following the correct process, a trial license and then following the correct process, or block completely. This software is unapproved. We had over 12,000 views of this poll and over 225 votes and countless comments with more detail on what you guys would do. So thank you very much to everyone that took part. So let's have a look at the results then. And the bottom option that people voted for with 3% was buy it on a credit card and worry about it later. Completely understand why this would be bottom, because purchasing software and licenses on a credit card just ends up in a world of pain in trying to get the credit card statement, the entitlement records, who actually owns the license if it's been bought on a credit card. Is it the individual? Is it the organization? That just is a world of pain. Interestingly, only 4% said block completely, the software is unapproved. I must admit, I thought this would be a little bit higher, considering the last minute nature of the request and the fact that you already have an approved software catalogue, and ITAM may have been able to have provided an approved alternative already. 23% of you said that you would use the trial license and then follow the correct process. Quite like this option. This gives you that flexibility of not impeding the business or the stakeholder in achieving their work and their goals and objectives. But on the flip side, make sure that all of the IT asset management processes and onboarding processes are completely covered, that you are legally using the software correctly, that you can catalog it, deploy it, package it, etc. So quite like the trial license and then the process. That was a good option, and 23% of you voted in favour of that one. The overwhelming winner, though, with 70%, regardless of the fact it's a last minute urgent request, said that Steve must follow the correct process. Now, interestingly, looking through the comments as well, a lot of people supported following the correct process, but with the added twist that it would be sped up and it would ITAM would basically try and get this done in as quick and effective manner as possible. Some other of you were less sympathetic with the idea that there's a process, you should follow it no matter how long it takes. It's not ITAM and those involved in the approval process's fault that this is a last minute request. Totally get that as well. Completely understand that if you've got a process and a catalog already in place and it's a last minute request, there's no real such thing as a really urgent last minute software request. Steve should have known about it sooner. We also had some interesting replies about GDPR issues and data privacy. Security risk assessment should be involved to know where the data is going and where it's stored. I really like that answer. That's something that should be considered, but dare I say would be a bit more of a mature ITAM process, and maybe not got enough time to meet Steve's requirements. And we also had some replies back about whether senior management approved, cost center approval, etc. And again, some overwhelming feedback in the comments and in messages saying that it may be a fictitious scenario, but it happens far too often out there in the IT asset management world. So there we go. That was challenge number 1. Basically, the answer for this is that Steve must follow the correct process, with 70% of you voting on that one. So if you want to get involved in more of these ITAM challenges, please follow me on LinkedIn. I'll put my links in the description box so that you can get involved in ITAM challenge number 2, 3, 4, etc. Thank you very much again to all of those that took part in this one and voted and left their comments and feedback. It was very much appreciated. And hopefully this has given some people some insights on practical advice on how the industry would deal with such a scenario. Whilst you're here, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and we hope to see you next time here at the Sam Beast YouTube channel.